These are Hunkydory Deluxe Craft Pads, and these are wonderful. They have die cuts in them. They have cardstock that's foiled. They have cardstock that's printed. They have inserts. Everything is included. You get one sheet of each. Little Red Robin is one technique or one theme. Also Penguin Party, as you would imagine, although Santa makes an appearance too. They are by Hunkydory and they are wonderful. Here is an example of what you can do for a card and the inside too. They are great, and Teresa has some things to share with you. Please come play with us. Okay, we are going to start with Little Red Robin, and I have taken out the sheets that Teresa has used, but let me just show you some of the others. So you can see they are foiled, of course, that's what Hunkydory is known for. They are die cut, so they're just going to pop right out. But you can see that there are 4 sheets. I pulled 2 of them out, but you are also going to get some, as I said, some that are foiled and some that are printed. And they're just beautiful. So those were some printed. Here are some foiled. Gorgeous, gorgeous, yes. And yes. And then there are also the inserts. Now, Teresa did not use the inserts, but I'm here to tell you, you can use them on the front of the card as well as on the inside. And I think you get 8 of them. So they're gorgeous. These are ghosted back images of the ones that are in the cardstock. So let's get started. Now, the first card, as one that I showed you, here it is. And Teresa's done a really wonderful job. Well, of course she has. And she's used the cardstock very effectively in all of these cards. So you can see that she has trimmed this to fit on her 5 by 6.5 inch card. She has allowed the card to be a matte and simply trim this smaller. She did that because the snow is white and she wanted to have that white kind of mirrored in the card, so that makes perfect sense. And I love that that gold foiling is showing right there. Now, you're also seeing some gold right here. Now that is a dazzle, and that is part of our borders and corners engraved dazzles. It comes in gold and silver in the package. You can see that she's used the gold. They are absolutely beautiful, as you can see. So you see the border and you see the corner right there too. So pretty. It really offsets the foiling quite beautifully. Now, Teresa also added some snowflakes, and I have to tell you, I had forgotten about this this sheet of snowflakes, kind of surprised myself, and she has taken the smaller snowflakes that are on this sheet, this is a pearl, and added them into the foiled snowflakes that are there. So you can see them, and then you see the extras that she's added, the larger ones. And then she also added some of the blue. These are the blue mirror dazzles in the center. So just really kind of beefing up the art that was included in the pack and the craft pad. So very pretty. This, the seasons, that is right here on the die cut piece. And let me show you the inside. Now on the inside, she used an area over here. Very clever, nothing goes to waste. Now, because of the gold foiling, she took our metallic gold sheet. Yours will not be as wrinkled as mine is. Mine gets kind of passed around and used. So she did matte a piece on that. And she cut a strip. Now again, this is the dazzles. Isn't that beautiful on top of that metallic gold? Absolutely gorgeous. This is more of the dazzles, those engraved dazzles, and these are more of the dazzles, or excuse me, of the die cuts that are in the package. So there is the, let's see, there is our robin right there. And then the May Your Christmas Be As Wonderful As You Are right there. This has been just glued down. This is foam taped on top of this border. And then we've got more of our snowflakes that I confess I forgot about. And you can see how the blue jewel dazzles just add a really nice contrast to all of the red. So good job, Teresa, of course, as always. So I thought that was a really nice way to make use of this and to a little bit conserve all of these amazing die cuts to be used in lots of other places. So that's a good idea. Now I'm going to hold this one out because it's going to be used on our next card. And let me show you this. And this has a little tuck that I thought was interesting. So see this card? There's the tuck. So we're just going to pull this out and open it up. Isn't that pretty? Again, another use of the printed cardstock. So let me show you. Here is the sheet that Teresa used to make her card. Okay. And we do have a package of 10 envelopes, so that way you're never left without something to put your card in. So this card will be 5 by 6.5 inches, so that will be good. And what Teresa did is she cut this piece to be 7.5 inches long by 5 inches, okay? Just like that. And then she scored it 2.5 inches from the left side right here to make a card like this. So let me just show you that measurement. 7.5 inches by 5, scored it 2.5 inches from the left, and you've got this piece. All of the art is going to be on the inside of the card, okay? Then I'm going to pull this away. Then she took, I guess I won't pull that away. She took an area on this side to cover that card front, that little area, and it's going to be this part. The measurement is down below. Just click on this card and you'll see it. And that was glued to the card front. To add some interest, she added the straight line dazzles. This is from the straight line colorful dazzles. There are 10 sheets in here of 10 different colors. You get wide dazzles and narrow dazzles in the same collection. Obviously, she used the blue ones to add, to kind of perk up that lighter blue that's here, okay? Then she's going to take a sheet of white cardstock, and that's going to be out of the Snowfall. The blue is out of the Snowfall cardstock, and then she took white cardstock and matted this piece, and this is right here. You can see that out of this sheet, and this is out of the Let It Snow piece out of that craft pad. Now I thought this was interesting because what Teresa did is she glued the gold oval down flat and foam taped the outside piece and the center piece. I don't know that I've seen that before, but I think it creates just a really nice look. So again, the center piece is flat. The other two are foam taped, so you get some lift. And this piece is also foam taped, okay? Now that is the left side of this whole piece is attached to the flap. So you've got that, okay? Now, what are we going to do with this? Well, before we do anything with it, we're going to take care of the inside. We're going to go back to those straight line dazzles. We're going to take the blue sheet, and we're going to take the thick line, and we're going to place it straight across here and here. But notice where the score line is, Teresa cut the dazzles. She didn't let it go over that score line because she didn't want it to buckle. So just trim it and then start again, okay? And that's about 1/4 inch from the bottom and 1/4 inch from the top. So let me just make sure that that's out of the way so you can really see it. Now, when you're scoring something like this, it's a good idea to use a scoreboard or something else to score it. And that just does a really nice job. And it's a favorite of the design team around here. Now, to get that Christmas greetings, what Teresa used is the Happy Holidays sheet. There are multiple sheets in here. And the Merry Christmas, you can see it at the top in gold. And it's just a really pretty greeting, as you can see. Now, let's go to this piece. In fact, I'm going to go back to the cardstock that Teresa used. So you can see that we used this part. We also used this part on the front, but we still have some area over here. And what Teresa did is I'm going to turn this over so you can see, she cut a piece that was 3 inches by 1.5, and then she put some of the extra sticky tape. Now this is the 1/4 inch, and she measured the middle point right here, and then she scored going down to the bottom points, okay? So middle point here, so that's gonna be 1.5 inches, and did a score down to the bottom point and to the bottom point, just like that. And then she put extra sticky tape along the score line and then right along the edge. And then this is going to go over the corner, and it's going to attach on the back of the card, just like that. And that's going to create a little area to tuck this in. There we go, just like that. Isn't that nice? It just adds a little extra touch, very simply done. And it's nice to do it with something like this that has that decorative edge. And now you've used almost that whole sheet to create a really distinctive card. How pretty is that? I think that's something to remember, don't you? Okay. Now, we've had 2 cards out of the Little Red Robin. Let's go into the Penguin Party. And like I said, Santa does show up. In fact, let me show you, Teresa did 2 cards out of this, but let me show you some of the other pieces out of this. I did remove the front, so let me show you. We've got penguins and polar bears, and we've got penguins in snow globes, in wreaths, and we've got penguins on ice floe. There's Santa. And like I said, there's snowballs. They're just absolutely charming. And then also you've got the inserts. So lots of goodies here, but let's get to the cards. Okay, so we'll get in close. Here we go. For a super cool friend. How cute is that? Now this again, Teresa went to the cardstock. So she's using those kind of as paper. So we back up just a smidge so you can see the whole cardstock. There we go. Now what she did I thought was very clever. So the card is 5 by 6.5. So what she did is, because the card is going to fit on the cardstock, it is 6.5 inches wide by 8.25 inches. Okay, so 6.5 inches wide by 8.25. The 8.25 is just what the size of the cardstock is. So just like this. So cut it 6.5 inches, just like that. Then you're going to score it 3.25 inches from the top. Again, you're going to want to use the scoreboard or something. So there's the measurements just so you can see them. 6.5 inches. This is 8.25. And you're going to score it 3.25 inches from the top, keeping the art on the inside. And there you've got your card. How neat is that? Now, to match this kind of snow look, Teresa went to our Snowflakes and Snow Folks pattern 12 by 12 paper. and she cut a piece to fit on that flap. Again, leaving a white card border. That way it's mirroring the white that's on the paper. So that took care of that. Now she went into this sheet that's called On an Adventure. And you can see the piece that she used, this sweet little guy. But she also used the border right below, and she trimmed that to fit the snowflakes sheet and glued it down. And then she attached this little guy for a super cool friend right here, right below this piece. And then she foam taped this just going off the flap of the card, as you can see, okay? Now, this beautiful border, that comes from our 96 Fancy Border Dazzles. As you can see, these have a bit more going on. You saw the straight edge dazzles. Well, these are kind of the opposite. These are very fancy, and I think you'll agree. So she has those on the inside of the card at the bottom, and then a different one at the top. The May Your Wishes Come True This Christmas, that's right here. And that's kind of hanging from that top border. And then the snowflakes come from, well, you know what? I'm going to have to double check the instructions and make sure that they're in there, because I don't see them in my package. So I'll make sure that they're there and they're in the instructions for you. Okay, so there you go. There's your card. How fun is that? Okay, I have one more for you from the Penguin Party. And here it is. I told you Santa would make an appearance, and here he is. This is a card that is one that will fold flat for mailing and will stand up when it arrives. But this has something that I've never seen in this type of card, and it is that it has a piece in the middle that is holding something. And I thought that was really kind of neat. So let me show you how you do that, and let me show you what it uses. So, okay. So it again is using this piece of, this is a foiled cardstock, but it's really just using this area. So let me turn it and show you. You're going to use this area, not this really darling pretty area. You're going to use that for something else. So you're going to take this. This is 8 1/4 inches, as we've established in a previous card. And you're going to cut it to be 5 inches tall, okay? Then you're going to score it going from the left, 1 1/4, 2 1/4, 6 inches, and 7 inches, just like that. Okay? So it's going to look like that. I thought it was really clever to use it that way. Then you're going to fold it mountain fold and valley and valley and mountain. So it creates a piece like this. So let me get this out of the way. Let me bring this in so you can see how that mirrors the look of our card. Okay, now we're going to show you how to do the inside of the card. Now, Teresa used the Snowfall acetate, which is one of the best things about Christmas crafting. They're just wonderful. I had someone comment today that she was a little afraid that this wouldn't cut, either die cutting it or in her paper trimmer, and she was delighted to find out that it worked perfectly. So I'm delighted to share that with you and to let you know we would never sell something that you couldn't die cut or cut with your trimmer. So good for her. So there you go. Now, what Teresa used is the Snowfall acetate. First, she cut a piece that was 4 5/8 inches wide and 1 3/8 inches tall. She scored 1/2 inch on each side, and then she put extra sticky tape. This happens to be 1/2 inch wide. This then she put inside her card, and she had it flat or meeting at the bottom. Okay, so it's going to be like this. Let's see, let me pull this off. Okay, so you want to just have it meet at the bottom. So I'll do both sides just so you get a chance to see this. Okay, so that is going to hold the ends together just like that. And again, it's holding it at the bottom. It's even there. Then this is where she attached Santa. So here's the piece that she popped out, and she attached it right here again with extra sticky tape. So this is firm enough that it's going to hold this nicely. Then she used a piece of the snowfall acetate. This is 6 1/4 inches wide by 1 inch tall. She put the extra sticky tape on the back and then placed it right here. Then that created also a look. Now I do want to tell you one other thing is I think you could have put it across the whole piece. Let me just kind of show you on the finished card what that might have looked like. So you could have gotten snow all across the whole piece. It's your choice. But I thought it was really clever to have had that as a second piece to go across it. Then what Teresa did is she used the outside frame, in fact, both outside frames, to attach with extra sticky tape to really just frame Santa right there. Then she went back to those very fancy dazzles and placed them on the outside of the frame. Just really cute. And you know what? I just noticed something. I hadn't noticed this before. I said that she hadn't used the inserts. She did. She used them right there. Let me pull off her identifier. She does this so we know what to call her cards. So right there, and that's perfect. How cute is that? And that's one of the die cuts. You just foam tape it, and more of those fancy borders right there. So absolutely darling. Okay, so there is our last card, and from the Penguin Party with a visit by Santa. So you can see why I'm so excited by these deluxe craft pads, because they just provide so many opportunities for your creativity. Thank you, Teresa, for doing these projects. They are absolutely charming. And we do have a money saver. It's over on the right side of your screen. And if you are watching us on YouTube, you know what we want. We want you to like us. We want you to subscribe. I hope you'll comment. I think Teresa's done an amazing job. And you can do it too. If you want instructions, they're down below. Just click on the card. You'll see the instructions. You can print them off. And remember all of those little those tricks and techniques that Teresa has shared with us. And if you're watching us on YouTube, we hope you'll come on over, take advantage of that money saver, and we hope you'll join us again. So thank you for being here, and thank you for being part of our Paper Wishes family. We'll see you again.